Hello, collective. Hope you're doing well. Just a quick reading today. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, you're welcome. Just want to get some oracle messages, see what messages, what cards want to come out for the collective. Great achievement. Great achievement. And this is an events card. So this is like a graduation party, celebration. So you could be invited to something very soon. Or maybe you are, you know, accomplishing something, a great achievement. Angels of the Four Directions. Ooh, spirit. This is a spirit card. Wow. Angels of the Four Directions. That's the archangels. That's Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel. So to get those four angels from the four directions, that's huge. Fragmented energy. And this is an energy card. So one event card, one spirit card, and one energy card. Under the deck family. Whoa. So overall energy is your families. This has something to do with a family. I see a baby back here in the bassinet. So there's a family that could be increasing. Maybe someone is having, you know, a celebration. Maybe there's someone giving birth. You could be hearing that someone is having a child or something to do with your family. Because these could represent siblings in the family. Maybe four kids. Something that has been going on from childhood. Like finding yourself, finally finding yourself. The sun under great achievement. The sun is the most positive card in the deck. We have the death card here with angels of the four directions. So the death card is also like a major spiritual transformation taking place. We got two major cards here, two major arcanas. The sun card and the death card, Leo energy and Scorpio energy. So there's a death and a rebirth. Eight of Pentacles with the Judgment card. The fragmented energy, you know, it's almost given like, you know, this is something in this family. Wow, this is what I'm getting. It's almost given that if there's something that's happening in the family where maybe like a family member, the family member that has been the one that has like, it's like from one ending is causing a new beginning in this family where, you know, it's like a family of where everyone just felt like dispersed or lost or, you know, I mean, because pieces of her is like floating everywhere. There's fragments of, you know, where you just never really knew or understood where you fit in, you know, because pieces of, and not saying that family is what, in a way, family does, parents do shape your identity and who you are, you know, but this person, there's pieces of her missing, you know, one from her eye, one from the, you know, her chest, you know, pieces of her. It's like this family, this family is like a family where, you know, maybe when you all were younger, everybody was together and everything. But as times went on, you know, something happened within this family where there were like situations that separated everybody. And it's almost given like it's, you know, either one of the parents, like the father. Sun card does represent the masculine energy, the father energy. You know, where you come from a family where, you know, when you all were children, things were stable. You know, parents could have been together. The father was, you know, had great honor and everything. And then something happened. Either they passed away early and everyone just kind of like, it's like, it's like everyone just pretty much, the unity just kind of, you know, there was a lot of division. Yeah, there's something that happened with this family, you know, where after a loss of someone of great honor in the family, or someone who everyone looked up to, it kind of left everybody else in this like, you know, there was a lot of disunity. There was a lot of like pain and sadness, and, you know, a family that was once very united, and, you know, just something happened where, you know, and it's almost like, I don't know, because we also have the moon here, which represents the maternal, the mother, you know, and the moon here, this woman is submerged deep in the ocean. It's almost given that due to the loss of, you know, someone in the family, the father, you know, it could have caused this mother to kind of lose stability. Maybe she grieved to a point where she went into a depression, where she just let things go, let herself go, and, you know, wasn't really able to, you know, parent these children in a stable way, you know. And, you know, because even with this one, with the hidden motivations, the children are there, but someone let go. Letting go. Someone let go, let themselves go, and, you know, it pretty much caused a situation with the family to where everybody, you know, was affected in different ways, you know, abandonment issues, you know, feeling abandoned, feeling rejected, unloved, just never feeling supported or validated. You know, some might have went through some certain types of, you know, trauma and pain, you know, because this maternal figure let go, you know, they weren't really protecting the children like they should have. Okay. And, you know, maybe they made some poor judgments and trusted the wrong people and put, you know, these sweet angels in harm's way. And maybe that's what affected everyone as adults. You know, pieces of them are still, you know, lost, and just never feeling like a sense of belonging, never feeling like validated or loved, unsure of yourself because that foundation was never, it was like the foundation was cut off. But it's given that in spite of all that, in spite of everything you went through, the, inferiority complex, not ever having enough, watching other people succeed, the pain and suffering that you endured, and it's going to be different for whoever it is. I'm speaking to someone that you went through some major change. In spite of everything you went through, you were able to persevere and just like you made something out of nothing. You went through some type of transformation, and healing. You were able to transform and heal yourself. I don't know if you were clearly protected and guided by, the Most High. Your guardian angels always protected you and was by your side. And you were able to still focus and, achieve some major things in your life. And you should be very proud of yourself and not blame yourself or blame, your loved ones or your parents or whoever that, had the shortcomings. You should be in a place of forgiveness and understand that they're humans too, and humans make mistakes, and things happen to people, and things happen to, good people. So you could be going through a situation where you will have to be around some of these family members, soon, and you're not sure how to, when that time comes, it always creates some type of like, it triggers you, it brings back memories, and just not really sure, how you should, you're not really sure how you should interact with certain people because you've always felt alone. It's almost like everyone in this family has their own, like, everyone has their own, like, ways where they feel, they were affected in some type of way. Everyone in the family has that. And it's almost like they're all stuck at this age. They, even though they could be adults now, but it's like they just, when you all get together, it's almost like y'all are just, it's like at that age. There's something, it's like everything went like a standstill, frozen time. So I could be speaking to someone who, maybe you all are going to be getting together very soon to celebrate. You could be invited to something, or you're inviting them. Maybe you had a great achievement or something that's you're celebrating very soon, where you have to bring, your family, your side of people to come in to, present who your family is, and you feel like you just feel like there's so many missing pieces to you, like you don't belong, or you don't know how to relate with this family. Virgo energy here. But the angels of the four directions is symbolizing, you know, the forces of the universe: air, fire, water, earth. The archangels represent all aspects of the universe, just pretty much trying to bring you all together to, you know, I guess because the time is here, the time has come for you to face, for you all to face each other. And not saying that the universe is bringing you all together for y'all to become best friends and everything, but it's almost like it's a way for everybody to kind of either have the dialogue, or just being together will just kind of help, like, you know, close the voids, just bring the closures in, or bring the pieces together, bring closure. Bring healing. It's kind of like a way to free yourself. Yeah. Great gratitude. It's kind of like a way to free yourselves and just be in a place of, you know, just recognizing and loving the parts of you all that, you know, just meeting everyone where they are without any expectations, but just being grateful, you know, just bringing that positive energy, you know, just bringing that positive energy. And that's pretty much all you have to do. You know, you don't have to go there to, you know, you don't need them to give you anything. You're not in need of anything, but just, you know, just come, bring in that light, recognizing the, you know, the things that you all have achieved, recognizing what you overcame and you're still standing. Bringing the memories of the good times when you all were, you know, at that point. Finding the hidden treasures and everything. And just being that loving mentality. So it's given that it's going to end very positive for someone. You know, this reading could sound like it's all over the place, but it's making so much sense what Spirit is trying to say. You could find out some information that you didn't know before, of something that, you know, you or, you know, a parent or someone was good at or knew how to do. You could learn something about them. So yeah, that's the message. It's like coming together with family, with loved ones, or people you haven't seen in a while, and putting the pieces back together, maybe having conversations that will help, you know, close the gap, or that will help like fix any issues that were left open, or, you know, bring clarity to certain situations. Maybe you'll have a chance to have a conversation with the parent. If it's either your mother or your father, it could be either one that, you know, wasn't there, or just went through something to where they were not able to, you know, be there for you as they needed to be. I feel like it's gonna be a place where, you know, some healing can happen. It's gonna end positively because the sun is here. And the angels of the four directions. So like Spirit said, be in a place of gratitude and positivity. There is a judgment call. So this is meant to happen to free you all. You know, maybe some difficult conversations have to take place, but it's necessary, because without those conversations, you know, you just never feel whole. You just never feel that happiness. You feel inadequate. Could suffer from anxiety or depression. So it will help that there's a communication coming that's going to be liberating and freeing. And it's going to be a great achievement for you. Maybe that is the great achievement. Being able to finally put the pieces together. So that was a strange message for somebody, but that's what we got. All right. Much love, many blessings. Bye-bye.